Trump's in 96. You were shook when we easing on the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a, here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah, the mother ride or die for my, strictly for my. Survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm in deep cover earth. Skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right there's on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? The warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather you need me in Bucktown. This.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Carolina Panthers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it. You yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Do some.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Check. Watch you now, Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a... In this situation, The defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Newton. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
20.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll get this one up to the 26. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll drop the throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From his goal line here, Newton. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
We got three down. Hey, fellas,
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight ends right.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back with more from Charlotte after this. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. They'll look to throw here. This one caught by Crowder. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now let's go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And here come the Redskins now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with a pin. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Newton now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey. You got three. 3 down.
Throwing is Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's on the right. Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Black 99 Philly, here we go! Black 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. 20. 3 down.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the pass. Line 52.
From the 50, Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Alert! Alert! 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Let's rock now. Check 15.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he'll at least get them inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now Stewart on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They run here with Stewart. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cam, option left. And he spins past him and into space. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because of the zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Come on. Greg.
And they'll go on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Cam, option left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key 3rd down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball, let him pick it up.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out